Previously on Wrench Sense.
Alright, it's been a couple weeks, a few weeks maybe. I've been very busy. It's been extremely hot. I've done a few things for Iris here. First of all, if you remember, I'll show you a pic what used to be here. There used to be a big old plate that dude welded in here in the 70s so that he could have provisions for windshield wipers. I don't need that. That got cut out. I put in a 10 gauge wall 1x1 across here, which is very close to what it should be. Also the door sill plates here on the tops, I'll show you. I had to remove those. They were very roached. You can see it's one long piece that goes above the door and then down through the back. Extremely roached. There's still brazing brass on here from the guy in the 70s, just completely roached this out. And of course you can see I had to cut a bunch of his welds to get this out of here. So I had to remake those, which is what you see here on the top of the door frame, the door sill plate. Sorry, here. And then I just came up to this post here that I'm going to leave in place that the guy in the 70s put here as well. And then I need to run an extension of this off the back and go all the way down the side of it. And then I'm going to come down, I'm going to come in with a 1x1 in here, and I'm going to weld that in just to stiffen it up a little bit more. This does have a bend in it there, which will help, but this is way stronger than what was in there. The stuff that came out is extremely flimsy. So I cut these back. These front sections here were completely roached. See all the brazing the guy in the 70s did, and he pounded this thing in to make it fit, and he did a number on it. So I'm just gonna have to remake this roof and get it as straight as I possibly can, even before I can chop it. It's just this is what I got to do to get that done. You can see there's bolt holes here and here. That's for the visor. I need to build this roof out. I need to know where everything is going to land, so I had to buy a visor, which is very, very cool. This is the visor for the vehicle. It's made by a company called Classic Truck Parts out of California, which is really, really cool to see manufacturing still happening in California. And also very surprising from a company from that state. They are not afraid to put American flags on their products, which is amazing. Every one of these, of course, is dimple dyed, and then they have they rolled this edge right here with a machine from 1912, which is also very, very cool. So every one of these has this front lip bead rolled. I'm going to set this on the vehicle just so you can kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like. Give me a second here. There it is in place. There's holes here that just bolt this into place originally. Of course, it didn't originally come with these dimple dies, but it looks really cool. Along with the frame and the visor, adding that extra flare. This is going to be a very, very cool vehicle. So now, with this in place, I can see kind of where the roof is going to land. So now I can come through and build these out and weld everything in. And I kept the rails here that used to have provisions for a drip rail for the front portion here. I kept those, so I need to straighten those out and get them in, and then I can skin in this way. If you can get the idea, then you can see kind of where I have to land with the steel, and I can fit that in. Now, one thing before I can even do that is this had a kit in it originally with the oak slats that go across and one steel slat. I'll show you images on your screen. I have to buy that kit. I have to buy that kit because a lot of this rail, as you can see, is completely gone. So I need to remake that rail, which is a provision where the oak slats and the one steel slat slide in between the tops here. I need to get that kit before I will know where all that stuff's going to land, because I'll set it in here, and then I can see it'll come around, it'll do its thing, and then I can start building the steel panels off of that. It might be a better idea if I could find one to just buy a whole new roof that's not banged up, but yeah, good luck. These old cars are getting rare. Even though they made millions of them, they are disappearing quick. So that's that. Looks just insanely cool, of course. As you can see, this is going to be quite the rig when it's done. Also, another thing I did, I put the seat pan in. This is a 10 gauge 10 gauge steel. It's welded into the frame right here, and of course here and around the back, fully welded. We don't need any dust leaks or anything into the car, which I'm sure there'll be plenty, but I'm not driving this on gravel anyway. So this is tipped up. Now this is where our seat frames are gonna bolt into place. Again, it's gonna be a split because the wipe is short. The driver's side needs to be able to move back and forth on seat adjustment rails. And when that seat is in, it will be basically level with the floor. So there'll be plenty of headroom. We're gonna sink those seats down as far as we can go. Tons of headroom in here after the chop, which will greatly decrease the amount of headroom in the vehicle. And then now I can go, since I have my firewall in, I can start building panels off of this. The floor panel is going to come and I'll put a brake in it here, and it's going to match the angle of the seat pan, and then it'll just bolt in, right? And then when you want to remove the body, of course, you'll have to remove those screws. So I made this intentionally a little bit high. It's going to come up to the lip of this body rail here, and the floors will be welded in. You know, it'll look really cool. And also here, coming up here, I need to also come down and bolt in the floor here along this. So you'll have to unbolt, unscrew the body from the seat pan and the frame inside of the frame rails, and then the whole body can be lifted right off. But now you can see I can come in now and bead roll some great floors and a transmission tunnel, and we'll go from there. That shouldn't take me too long to get those in, and they will be nice. Like I say, I'm going to bead roll them just like I did with the firewall. Not exactly the same, but I'll put some, you know, something in there to stiffen it up. I actually went ahead and DA'd the entire body, minus some of these areas in here where I couldn't get in. I'll have to come through with a twist lock, Scotch-Brite pads, and clean all those seams out. Then I can come in and start fixing some of these little dents around here. Just to kind of, I'm not trying to make it absolutely perfect, but you know, some of these can come out pretty easily with a planishing hammer and a dolly. And then let's see, down here, if you remember, there are some brackets provisions for a bumper, and I filled them. I haven't finished this spot up here yet, but that's all now nice and smooth. I'm going to come in and fill this hole right here and the two bolt holes here, and I need to fashion a bracket for my license plate and get that on there, but that obviously doesn't need to happen in a hurry. Next thing I'm going to do is get my dashboard. I'm going to order the dashboard and get that shipped in, but obviously I don't need to do that right away either, because I need that room in there, headroom, to be putting the floors in. So really the next thing to do is just put the floors in, the front at least. Also, I'm realizing I chose the wrong steering wheel, I think. This is a little bit too much billet in here. I mean, it looks cool. Maybe I'll go with it, but there's a 4-spoke style modern, I'll show you a picture on your screen that I think might look better in this car, but we'll see. But I'm kind of having second thoughts on this steering wheel. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you like this one with the billet and the mahogany? This is actually real mahogany. Or do you like this one that's on your screen right now? Let me know. 4-spoke traditional hot rod. It's got a pretty cool horn button with a kind of a cone or spike on the end of it, which would be very dangerous if you got in a car accident. But you know, this thing's, if you get in a car accident with this thing, you're getting hurt anyway. So what do you think? This one or this one? Let me know in the comment section. Give me your opinion, please. Thank you very much. Alright, so now I gotta tap out these holes. You can see there's actually a little bit of a brass in there from body raising. I don't know how that ended up in there, but this one doesn't have a broken bolt. The other side has 2 broken bolts. I need to get in here, drill these and tap them, and then I'll actually bolt the visor on. Alright, got the visor all bolted in. I drilled and tapped the holes here. Stainless button head cap screws, the same I use throughout the rest of the vehicle. And man, does that look nice. Looks really cool. It's a big wow factor with these old bodies when you start tricking them out like this with the dimpled eyes. I would have rather built this part, but I saw made in USA, no less. Once again, Classic truck products, made in the USA, out of California. So kudos to you guys. It looks really, really good. The quality is there. And boy, if I need any other parts, or if you guys want something cool like this for your Model A or what have you, this is a product right here, and it's very, very reasonably priced. So there you go. Shout out to that company. And tell you what, let's take a little trip down the road here to a friend of mine's shop and check out cool stuff he's doing today. And we'll give him a shout out because he gives me shout outs on my channel. So we'll return the favor. Let's take a little short drive over there. I got some stuff I got to drop out for him. So let's go bug him. He doesn't know we're coming. Let's see if he gets mad. So here he is, Pete. He's got his own channel, YouTube. I'll put a link in your description. He goes live, what, Tuesday, Thursday?
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Right, and then I'm in there every night. So Tuesdays at 7 p.m. And
Tuesdays are 8. Thursdays are at 7.
Okay, Tuesdays 8. I'm there every time. It's a really great community, good live stream, talk about a lot of technical stuff. People have problems with vehicles. The chat's really good about answering questions and just help people solve their, maybe help them solve their issues.
Yeah.
But we're here in his shop. There's the Jeep from the last videos he's been talking about, still up on the stand. It's got a pretty nice shop going on here. Very, very cool. So I just dropped him off a couple things I told him what he could have, and I'll give you guys a link to this guy's show, and I'll be there Tuesday and every Thursday if you want to drop in and say hi. And
yeah, thanks, Wrench. Thanks for the shout out.
Yeah, you bet. I'll let you get back to work here later. All right, so in order to finish this roof, of course, like I said earlier, I have to get the wood kit, and then I'll make this channel. And I'll bend it around the shape of the wood kit, nice and snug. And then I'll know where to. I'll know when where I need to be to skin the rest of the roof in. But I can't do anything else with this roof until I get that wood kit. So that's what's next. That'll be in the next video, I'm sure. And I guess that's it. She's looking pretty cool. Starting to get to the cool parts where you're, starting to get a little bit of an idea of what it's actually going to look like when you're finished. So I'm just going to I just made this a pretty short video. I don't have a whole lot to show you right now, but that's the deal right there. And hit the like button if you would, please. Go check out Pete's channel. Link in the description, and I'll put it up on your screen as well. And we'll see you guys in the next video.